Design time is done. You have your prototype shipped to the convention hall with Dave and Brad. You pick them up from the hotel concierge and you take them to the convention booth to make your pitch. So, everybody, we are going to be right over here. So we're going to start with this group. We're going to start with this group over here. So everybody come over and we're just going to watch the pitch. We have three wonderful guest judges today. We have Chris and Philip and Bill. All right. So Chris and Philip and Bill have $1 million, and they have decided who they are going to take to print. So we'll start with this group right over here. We've got 2 minutes on the clock starting. Yes. Now.
Okay. Well, here we go. Okay, so this is more of an action-packed, like, organized chaos game, something like Hungry Hippos or whatnot. But instead, you have catapults, very ingenuitive farmers that have worked out catapults to try and launch their fruits or their vegetables, corn and zucchini actually we have, and launch them into their silo to store it. So you have one farmer, that's the corn farmer, that wants to use up all the silo on as much of the corn as they can, and then the other farmer is the zucchini farmer, and they're both competing for space in there, trying to get something in there first to claim it as their silo. So what they're going to do is on each side, once we get it measured off, approximate sizes there, they're going to be launching with the catapults. At the same time, if you have more people, you rotate people. But otherwise, it could be a 2-player game and or more, but in that case. So it's a 2-player game. Like in that case, it's outside the ring. They would score half the points on there. These are 10 and 20s. And then the cross is a 50-1. So they get 5 of each and 1 across. So as they're going, it's touching or inside the line, the circle, that would be full points. And if you get inside, 2 things happen. It's double points, but also the match is done, the round is done. So there's an advantage to going faster to try and be the one to get in there, but to taking your time and trying to be accurate, you might get more points in the end. So that's where it's a balance of strategy and speed. And so, but with all the things flying everywhere, it's just chaos and fun. So,
Thanks. Awesome. Nice. Thank you. All right, team 1. Team 2 over here. That was really good. Yeah. Nice. Seconds to get settled. And hit.
All right. As things get quiet out of the house, the parents are asleep, but the children's bedroom turns into an expansive war zone. This is Battlefield Bedroom. The bathroom door opens, water floods into the room, the closet door opens, the window opens, monsters pour in, crawling out of the toilet, coming out of the closet, clawing along the ceilings. The children have to use their toys to defend against the monsters. You split your players into 2 teams, one group controlling the monsters, one group controlling the kids with the toys. Each team has a deck of cards that represents what their deployments can do, either deploying monsters or deploying the toys. For example, you might deploy a tank, you might deploy their battleship into the water. Monsters will actually represent things that the kids fear. We have stuff from dad jokes to the shadows to clown activity. Each card has their movement and their attack value, so on your turn you get to use the move value of the unit you've deployed, progressing that many spaces. When you come into contact with an opposing side's unit, you then have the attack values on your card, but to make certain that it's not a given result of who's going to win, you get to roll a dice in addition to your attack value, adding those values to see which in the clash wins. If you've defeated the enemy unit and you progress to their side, you close down that side. If it's the kids, you close the door or the window. If it's the monsters win, well, the kids hide under the bed. We won't make it gruesome. But that lane is now shut down. Your objective is to win the 2 out of the 3 lanes. You have other additions, like you can deploy static turrets, such as deploy a nerf cannon to attack something to boost the attack value of your deployed units. Or if you're the monsters, you might have a claw come out under the bed to destroy those static options. And you just play until, like I said, 2 of the 3 lanes are shut down, and then the victor goes to that team.
Okay, so we had Battlefield, Bedroom. What was this game's name?
That's what we were struggling with.
Okay, Catapult.
Catapult corner.
Catapult Farmers, there we go.
The farmers and have made $1 million
Definitely way better than I was. Pitch.
All right, so we are Nature versus Nature. That's our game company came up. Everybody raise your hand, part of the team. Everybody had a piece of this. So this is called Ants in My Plants. The object of the game is for the plants to send out their vines to create photosynthesis so that they could have the strength to fight off the ants. So the ants will take their turns. You roll the dice to see how many ants are sent out by the queen. There's an ant hill here. However many ants it is, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7. You get to roll 7 dice. 5, 6, 7. And then those ants get to move the amount that they are. So this guy gets to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I land on a card that's face down, you flip it over to see what it is. Now if it's meet or beat, you take the card. If not, the card takes you, the ant is dead, and then sunlight is put on the field. And then that sunlight can be used as a resource. So the plants are trying to take over the ant colony is trying to take over the tree, and that is Ants in My Plants.
Okay, and pitch.
They say that you can't hear anything in the vacuum of space, but that's wrong. Because even in the wild galaxy, you can hear the sound of fisticuffs in our new game, Space Fist. This brand 2 to 8 player game, there's no maximum, but it's a limited board. This 2-player game, 2 to 8 player game, you all pilot these poorly designed spaceships, let's be real. But there are 2 rules. There are 2 decks. There's the space station deck, and there's the movement deck. Whenever a round is started, you pick one of the space station decks. Once you pick that deck, you generate a resource. For this purpose of matter, it got generated here, and this one got generated there. And the point is for both teams to essentially reach over to these resources and bring them back to their base. Everyone rolls a dice, a movement die. So you roll 4, so and he rolled 5, so he moved 5. So when a team reaches a resource, they gain that resource, and everybody on the other team gets to draw a movement card. You are only allowed 1 card per round. So a round is when everybody has had a turn, and so on and so forth. But this is boring. We want some action. So as this dude tries to run away back to his base, somebody shows up on their turn. They want that resource back. So then starts combat. When combat starts,
you have a choice between rolling 2 d6s, right? That's a possibility of 2 to 12 that you'll get. Or you can go ahead and draw a card, which is a chance of 1 to 13, with a jack being 11, queen being 12, and king being 13, ace being of course 1.
yeah. And when you defeat a person that's in such a manner, you have their resource minimum of 1. So basically, there's always a chance of combat, because nothing is more boring than a game you're sure to win. But there's strategy. So, or you can go Kunga Bunga and be lucky. I guess everybody wins in this. There are black holes those you cannot go through. And essentially,
And there's asteroid belts that slow you down to half movement.
and the beauty of this is that it's a modular game. You can decide how many points you want to win. It can be 3, whoever to 3 points win, whoever to 10-point win. It's a modular game, fun for the whole family, or the people you hate too. We don't judge. It's realistic up here. Punch them in the face, that's the point. Have fun.
Nice. Awesome. All right, judges, if you would, over here, you can kind of kick fur about what you've seen.
Judges, it's called, we do have a name for ours. It's Silo Siege. Silo.
So, how was that exercise there? Awesome. See, we make games to have fun, right? And this is fun. If you're struggling on your development team, maybe a session of paper prototyping can help you move things along, right? Maybe this could be a great space when you're thinking of new ideas. You get stuck in brainstorming. If you're stuck in a business, whatever it is, taking games and putting them out on the table can break down barriers and open up new opportunities for collaboration. Maybe that problem you've been stuck on with your co-designer is something that you can work out on paper in real space with them on the table. And as you do, I trust that maybe we'll be able to see our way to resolving some of those disagreements and just having more fun together around the table. So thanks for playing the game. Thanks for prototyping today. I hope that it was a helpful exercise for you and you learned a little bit about what you can do. Here's something that I think people often misunderstand. They often underjudge or misjudge what they can do in a long amount of time. They overestimate what they can do in a short amount of time. Today, we just put together a game in a short amount of time. Now imagine what a year, 2 years, 3 years of development could do for a game like this. It could be amazing. Okay? So getting started is the first step in a long journey of making a game happen, and you all did a great job of getting something started. So judges, are we ready? Okay, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Let's do something fun while we wait. Would you all gather around your tables? I'd love to grab some pictures of these teams of the games.
Yes, after much deliberation, we mostly listened to the idiot with the pacifier, but there's a lot of great things about all of your different games. That the Catapult Farmer game was really great. It was like really simple, really easy to get, and a lot of fun. The bedroom one had that dynamic going back and forth with the player's token and the monsters, and I love the ants in the pants. It just, I don't space. Yeah, space Fist. Just like that silly, just, just being wacky and having fun. But there was one that kind of came up more and more, and as we were going along and discussing, we thought that this one was probably, even though they all sounded like they would be pretty good, but yeah, let's do a drum roll. All right, winner is the bedroom. Good job, everybody. Lots of great ideas, good ideas flowing, lots of originality, and yeah, we can get the special publishing prize over for that team. So great, good job, everybody. Congratulations.
That's all for my time. Thank you so much for playing along today. It was a pleasure to make some great games.